Okay, what if I told you that a pretty groundbreaking scientific discovery is completely rewriting how we understand the human body? The whole thing. It suggests that we are so much more than just biological machines. So let's dive into this because it's a really fascinating journey that bridges ancient wisdom with some seriously cutting edge science.
All right, so let's just start with a really fundamental question, one that kind of challenges everything we thought we knew. Is our body, just a solid physical object, separate from everything around it? I mean, for centuries, that's been the way we've looked at it. But wow, is new evidence forcing us to reconsider?
And here it is. The core of this whole new perspective is the discovery that the human body isn't just a collection of cells and tissues. It's actually a vibrant, living energy field. Now, this is based on the measurable electromagnetic field that every single living thing generates. And this one idea, this alone, transforms us from being just passive observers into active participants in the universe.
Now, what's so wild is that this idea, it's not entirely new, not at all. For a long, long time, it was kind of dismissed, pushed to the side as pseudoscience. But today, we're seeing this incredible convergence, where all these different fields are pointing to the exact same conclusion, and it's bringing this idea right to the forefront of modern theory. So this new paradigm, it really stands on three incredibly powerful pillars. First, you've got neuroscience, which is mapping all the intricate connections between our mind and our body. Then you have Eastern wisdom, these ancient traditions that have been talking about the body's subtle energies for literally millennia. And crucially, we have quantum physics, which is giving us a whole new language to understand the energetic nature of reality itself. And that dive into quantum physics brings us right here. To really get how this works, we need to wrap our heads around the concept of the quantum field. The easiest way to think of it is like an invisible web of energy and information that underlies, well, everything. It's not empty space out there, it's this dynamic, interconnected field that our own energy field is constantly interacting with. So you might be wondering, how do we interact with this field? Well, one of the key ways is through something called heart-brain coherence. This is a real, measurable state where your heart and your brain get into perfect sync. And when they align like that, they produce a really powerful electromagnetic signal. I mean, this is our body literally broadcasting a clear message out into the quantum field. And the physical pathway for all this communication? A major player here is the vagus nerve. You can think of it like an information superhighway that connects the brain to pretty much every major organ, including the heart. It's constantly sending signals back and forth, shaping our emotional and physical state, which in turn completely affects our energetic signal. This brings us to a really powerful metaphor. So, if the quantum field is this invisible web and our body is broadcasting a signal into it, then our body is basically acting like a quantum antenna. And the most exciting part of all of this? We can actually learn to consciously change the signal we're transmitting. This right here, this slide just nails the huge paradigm shift we're talking about. The old view saw us as, sort of victims of our circumstances, just reacting to whatever our environment throws at us. But this new view, it sees us as creators, as people who are actively broadcasting a signal that can literally shape our reality. Okay, so how do we actually do this, right? It really boils down to three actionable steps. First up is conscious breathing. This is to calm the nervous system and help us get into that heart-brain coherence. Second is your body posture, because how we physically hold ourselves sends a really powerful message. And third, and this one is the powerhouse, is cultivating deep emotions, things like gratitude or joy, to generate the most powerful electromagnetic signature possible. All right, now let's bridge that gap between all this science and your actual personal life. This is where we make the shift from just reacting to our reality to actively creating it. It's the journey from simply knowing these concepts to truly being them. And here's the crucial point. It is not enough to just know this information in your head. The real transformation, the real magic, happens when you move from intellectual knowing to a biological understanding. That means you've practiced it so much that your body has actually viscerally experienced this new state of being. You don't just think it, you feel it. And this is why it matters so much. If you have ever felt stuck in a repeating pattern, the same challenges, the same kinds of relationships, the same feelings over and over, this might just be why. A lot of the time, our emotional state actually comes before our conscious thoughts. These familiar emotions broadcast a familiar signal, which then attracts familiar experiences, and that's what keeps us in that loop.
So I really want to leave you with this final thought. What if all those repeating patterns in your life, the ones that feel so automatic, so completely out of your control, what if they aren't your destiny? What if by learning to consciously change the signal you broadcast, they are in fact a choice?